Watching popular American TV shows about prisons would have someone think that all prisons, including prisons in Africa, operate in the same manner. But that is far from the truth. The prisons in Africa are bad, and one would never wish to be there even in 1,000 years. The conditions are below living or human standards, which makes it very unfit for human habitation. These prisons are characterized by malnutrition and overcrowding, which always results in widespread diseases and very often deaths. As a result of this, most of these prisons have been ranked as the worst, not just in Africa, but in the world at large. So which are these prisons we are talking about? Number 10. Gitarama Prison, Rwanda. Gitarama is one of the deadliest prisons on Earth. It holds prisoners who committed genocide-related crimes. The prison was constructed with a capacity to hold only 600 inmates, but surprisingly, it has over 7,000 convicted felons. Due to this overcrowding, most inmates spend their time standing due to lack of space. The space problem isn't the only worry of this prison, as this prison has by far the worst inmates, who consistently engage in deadly fights and feed on the bodies of the killed felons for survival as a result of hunger and starvation. Because of the deplorable conditions of the Gitarama prison, approximately 7 to 8 inmates die on a daily basis. The prison's corridors are filled with human feces. This causes prisoners to suffer from gangrene since they walk bare feet. This often results in their deaths. Human rights have tried all they could to bring change to this prison, but all of their efforts seem to be unsuccessful. Number 9. Nairobi Prison, Kenya. In the heart of Kenya's capital city of Nairobi is found one of the worst prisons in Africa. This prison was established in 1911 and was only constructed to prison only 800 inmates. This prison carries over 3,000 prisoners right now, making it overcrowded and living conditions deplorable. It is one of the most congested prisons both in Kenya and Africa as a whole. This prison facility reeks of human sweat due to heat and overpopulation. It also smells of human feces, as there are very limited toilets due to overcrowded and poor sanitation conditions. Being physically and mentally healthy for the convicts is a struggle. Number 8. Kirikiri Maximum Prison, Nigeria. This is undoubtedly one of the most famous prisons in Nigeria. Kirikiri, just like all the other prisons in Africa, face the same problems, that of overpopulation and deadly fights. Cells that are supposed to contain a maximum of 8 inmates tend to carry 50 inmates. Kirikiri has been notorious for inhumane treatment, as prisoners have been known to be maltreated by the guards. Inmates face poor living conditions, poor health care, and a high death rate of prisoners. Number 7. Kinshasa Penitentiary, Congo. This prison was meant to house only 150 inmates when it was constructed, but today, the Kinshasa Penitentiary contains over 850 inmates. Because of lack of space, convicts are packed like sardines, with most of them sleeping in the hallways and near septic tanks. As a result of these poor and unhygienic conditions, disease outbreak is a very common occurrence within the facility. If you are still watching this video, it means you find it very interesting. Please do take a second and hit the like button. This helps more people see this video and can bring change to these suffering inmates. Number 6. Mukobeko Maximum Prison, Zambia. This prison was built with the intention of only 1 inmate per cell, but fast forward to today, it holds over 15 inmates in a single cell. There is limited ventilation within the cells in prison as a whole, which makes this Zambian prison encounter so many disease outbreaks, such as tuberculosis. Apart from that, this prison is plagued with malnutrition, rodent infestation, and guard brutality on inmates, making it one of the worst prisons in Zambia and Africa. Number 5. Kamiti Maximum Prison, Kenya. The biggest correctional facility in Kenya is the Kamiti Maximum Prison. It is built on a 1,200-acre land in the Kiambu part of the country. This prison is famous for one main reason. It is renowned for housing political prisoners. The prison was created to hold 1,400 criminals, but it holds more than double the number now. Kamiti is popular for poor conditions and inhuman treatment of prisoners. Poor sanitation and cholera outbreaks are very rampant, not to talk of malnutrition and ulcers. You wouldn't want to be jailed in Kamiti. Number 4. Black Beach Prison, Equatorial Guinea. Black Beach Prison is situated on the island of Bioko and is considered one of Africa's most notorious jails. The prison was established in the 1940s during the Spanish colonial rule, and even though it was meant for common criminals, it later became the designated prison where political opposition members were incarcerated and later murdered while serving their sentences. Black Beach Prison is infamous for human rights offenses, and it has become synonymous with malnutrition, overcrowding, rat infestations, guard brutality, and the absence of medical care. Most of the inmates in the penitentiary die from chronic sicknesses. Number 3. Pollsmoor Prison, South Africa. Pollsmoor is one of the toughest prisons in South Africa and is also one of the most dangerous in the world. The facility was built to hold 3,900 inmates, but has over 8,900, with some inmates awaiting their trial for years without any luck and no one coming to visit them. Pollsmoor is a dangerous prison because it is run by gangs in Cape Town. As such, there are numerous cases of violence using crude weapons among inmates. Besides, due to overcrowding, communicable diseases spread rapidly, resulting in the death of some of the inmates. Number 2. Drakenstein Prison, South Africa. We cannot finish our list without mentioning the Drakenstein Correctional Facility, one of the worst prisons in South Africa. This facility was previously named Victor Verster and was the last place where the late Nelson Mandela was held before his release in 1990. This prison has the highest number of imprisoned gang members in the city, and so it is one of the most feared prisons in the country. These gangs are notoriously known for promoting gang violence by using dangerous weapons. Number 1. Chikurubi Maximum Prison, Zimbabwe. Chikurubi Maximum Prison is one of the famous places for the wrong reasons. It is the biggest facility in Zimbabwe, situated near the outskirts of Harare. Chikurubi is considered the worst jail in Africa, as the prison features a scarcity of basic needs, such as food, water, and blankets. The penitentiary has cells measuring 9 meters by 4 meters, and such cells hold up to 40 prisoners each. The total population of Chikurubi is approximately 17,000 prisoners, both male and female. Besides overcrowding, this jail is notoriously known for guard brutality, poor sanitation, malnutrition, and absent healthcare systems. Most of the jailbirds here often die of starvation, and it is said that no one claims them afterward. If I were you, I wouldn't commit any crime that would have me landed in any of these prisons. Which of these prisons did you find frightful and scary? Let us know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.